Hey YouTube, what's up? Scarecrow here. Today I'm going to be doing a updated profile on my Thavas deck now that set 13's out. This deck is one of my favorite decks. For those of you who can remember, I won an ARG circuit with it once. I'm a very big fan of the deck. It's really cool to see it get new support. In fact, the stuff it's gotten is like over the top good. Like, this deck is crazy good. So I'm gonna get started with the deck profile then. So for my starter, I'm playing Mitros. I've been playing Mitros for a long time. It's the starter I used when I won my circuit like 2 years ago. 2 years later, it's still really good. Let's see, for triggers, I'm playing 4 Petros and 3 supersonics that are for 7 crits, followed by basically 5 copies of the same effect, so 5 draws. In this deck, this skill is super good, being able to give something plus 3k, like Tidal Assault, so it can hit Vanguard. And this deck being able to accumulate lots of cards so it can keep throwing down fields every turn and keep the pressure on. It's really good. And then obviously last spot goes to 4 heals. Refit Sailor. This card is really good, getting you your counter charge back. This deck is super counterblast heavy now, so all your counter charge options are very helpful. My grade 1s, I'm playing 2 Dino. He's cool. He has resist, and as a wave 1 or 4th time, you can, after he's boosted, make your opponent kill something. So resist is good, and for Soul Blast, make your opponent pop something. He's pretty cool. Then I'm playing 3 Melania. I've always been a fan of this card. It's excellent. It's super good. Probably the best grade 1 in the clan, maybe. So good. Has resist, draws you card, can swing by itself. It's great. Then I'm playing 4 Play-Doh. As I've said, this deck is super counterblast heavy, so you need to unflip your damage. And then last, playing 4 Nickies. Because stride fodder, and it helps us search for the Thavas we want. For the 2s, playing 4 Scipia. This card is excellent. It's an 11k with resist, and it can buff itself and draw a card when it's between waves 2 and 4. So very open window for when to use her. And she's got resist, she swings at herself, and she can draw. She's really good. Then I'm playing for Adelaide. Always been a fan of this card. It's super good. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play 4 of it. She's just like amazing. And then wouldn't it be Aquaforce if we weren't playing 4 Tidal Assaults? There's no need to explain this. This card is just amazing. And for our 3s, we're playing 4 Supreme Ruler and 1 who surpasses the storm. Supreme Ruler is the preferable ride and preferable rearguard. His on stride skill is amazing, and his rearguard skill is amazing. The old Thavas is basically just there as a backup. At least he'll have a Thavas name. He's a search target for the stride. The reason I am playing 8 grade 3s is a few reasons. Grade 3s I find more valuable than like grade 1s most of the time, because you can throw down a grade 3 by itself and it can swing. It is food for stride fodder. In this deck, you're going to want to be using your strides often as rearguards, and that means you'll have less stride material. So playing more grade 3s let you call them to the rearguard and still be able to pitch them for stride. And then there's also the issue of Drachma. Drachma is a very scary card, so having more grade 3s makes it a little less scary. So onto the G Zone. Starting with our 3 Alexandros. This card is really good. It's a great first ride, and then after first ride, it's even better. It's a really good card. I would highly recommend playing 3 of it. At the very least, you have to play 2 of it, but 3 of it's still really good. At least that way. You might actually need to. I don't think you'll actually usually need to stride it a 3rd time, but who knows? Maybe you will. So. Moving on, we have our 4 Commander Thavas. Some people might be playing 2 of them. I'm playing 4 of this card because I highly value this card in the Link Joker matchup for giving my rear guards the ability to attack from the back and +5. This deck already has a pretty decent matchup against Link Joker, especially compared to like most decks, but I just want to make sure I have the win. And yeah. Then we're playing 1 Wailing. You're not going to stride this card too often, so probably just the 1 will get you there. And he can be great. He's a board wipe and guard restrict, big attack, but don't use him that often anymore. But he's still there as a good option. Then I'm playing 2 Lambros. Never thought I'd see the day that I would intentionally not run 4 Lambros. He's still a fantastic card. He's very useful in the sense that like he doesn't use Counterblast, whereas Alexandros does. Sometimes you'll want to go Alexandros, Lambros, Alexandros, but he's still a great card and still has his place in the deck. Then I'm playing 1 Megiddo. This card is stupid good. There have been several times already where my opponent was at 5, they had a 10 card hand. I'm like, let's go, let's drop this thing, let's do like 10 attacks. Hope every single card in your hand is enough to block every attack. So it's a really good card. Really, really good. And then 1 Seabreeze, because still want to get to your gen breaks. Then we've got, for G-Guards, 3 of our new G-Guard, who's amazing. You can use this card to get your Counterblast back, and as I said, this deck is very Counterblast heavy. Against Link Joker, you can unlock your stuff. Excellent card. Followed by 1 Ice Dragon, because he's a big shield, and 1 Super G-Guard. It's cool that you can use this card to flip her, then your turn, flip her back down, get your stuff, and you have, it's like you didn't even have to use him as a cost. It's like beneficial. Yeah, that covers the deck real quick. This deck is really good. Prepare to see a lot of this deck for the next while. It's going to be topping a lot. See you guys later.